All right, let's talk about one of the biggest questions out there. Did humanity really climb the ladder of civilization all on its own? Or did we have some help? Today, we're diving headfirst into a pretty wild theory that says we had a little boost from some incredible cosmic architects.
I mean, you've seen the pictures, right? You look at these ancient wonders and just how on earth were they really built? We're talking about mind-bending precision, and experts have been scratching their heads for centuries. Now sure, mainstream history has its explanations, but there's this nagging feeling for a lot of people that the real answer is, well, a lot more extraordinary. Could our ancestors really have pulled this off alone?
Okay, just really think about these for a second. You've got the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is aligned almost perfectly to true north. How? Then there's Stonehenge, which is basically a giant, complex astronomical clock made of stone. And don't even get me started on the massive statues of Easter Island. These things were moved for miles, and there was no modern machinery in sight. So yeah, archaeology has some theories, but for some people, these impossible structures point to an answer that is literally not of this world.
And that brings us to the main event. We're about to unpack a pretty radical explanation for these marvels. The theory goes that the answer isn't buried here on Earth at all. No, it's out there, among the stars. It's a story about a highly advanced and, get this, benevolent alien civilization that saw something special in our tiny little world.
So who are they? Well, this theory calls them the Intergalactic Masons. And no, we are not talking about little green men in flying saucers here. The source material describes a civilization that had basically mastered the fabric of the universe itself. And they came from a faraway, lush green planet named Kermit.
And the way they're described is just fascinating. Forget any scary movie monster. These were supposedly beings of pure elegance and light. The source says they had emerald-colored skin and, get this, eyes that sparkled like distant stars. Just try to picture that for a moment.
So, why come here? What was the mission? Well, according to this theory, it was the exact opposite of an invasion. It wasn't about conquest, it was about cultivation. Think of them like cosmic gardeners, traveling the universe, looking for promising young civilizations, and just gently guiding them toward enlightenment.
And this is where we get to the real core of the theory. Earth essentially became their cosmic classroom. See, they didn't just show up and hand us a bunch of futuristic gadgets. No, the Masons chose to teach us, to elevate our own understanding of the universe so we could build our own future.
But they were smart about it. They had a very specific method. They didn't just land on the front lawn of the biggest settlement, you know? They arrived in secret. They watched. And only then did they select a few exceptional individuals to be their students. This was a very careful, very targeted way of sharing what they knew.
And let me tell you, what a curriculum. This was way beyond How to Stack Rocks 101. They were teaching the deep, foundational secrets of the universe. We're talking advanced mathematics for perfect geometry, celestial astronomy to truly understand the stars, monumental engineering to build things that would last forever, and even the secrets of matter and energy itself, the whole shebang.
Okay. So teaching is one thing, right? But where's the proof? Where's the evidence of this incredible otherworldly presence? Well, according to this theory, the proof is literally all around us. It's a legacy that wasn't written down in books, it was carved into stone.
And this is a really crucial point. The idea is that these amazing structures we see, they weren't just tombs or temples. In a way, they were homework assignments. They were physical proof that humanity had learned its lessons, built by us, with their guidance, etching those lessons right into the landscape of our planet.
And this is where it all comes full circle. Remember those impossible structures we talked about at the beginning? Well, now, look at them through this new lens. The Great Pyramid of Giza isn't just a tomb anymore. It's a master's thesis in math and astronomy. Stonehenge stops being just a circle of rocks and becomes a working model of the entire cosmos. And the Easter Island statues? Maybe, just maybe, they were a final exam in manipulating matter and energy.
So what you see here is that these incredible wonders had a kind of dual purpose. On the one hand, they were a mark of their visit, a giant physical signpost saying, hey, an advanced civilization stopped by. But on the other hand, they were a puzzle. The Masons supposedly encoded their cosmic knowledge into the very measurements and alignments of these structures, leaving a challenge for us, generations later, to figure it all out.
But of course, their work here couldn't last forever. Like any good teachers, once the lessons were taught and their students were on the right path, it was time for them to go. The time had come for the great departure, leaving behind a mystery that would echo through the ages. And just like that, their task was complete. The intergalactic Masons of Kermit departed from Earth. They had planted the seeds, and now it was time for humanity to grow. Their mission here was over, but it was just one single stop on their endless cosmic journey to help others. So if you look at this timeline, it really breaks down their entire journey on Earth into 4 clear acts. It all starts in the ancient past with their secret arrival. Then you have the Great Teaching Period, where all this knowledge was shared. That leads directly to the Monumental Era, where the wonders were built. And finally, their departure, which is really when their true legacy began. And that quote really sums it all up, doesn't it? They left behind seeds of knowledge that would forever change the course of human history. The ultimate takeaway from this whole theory is that they didn't just help us build cool stuff. They fundamentally changed our potential, giving us a new path and pointing us toward the very stars they came from.
Which, of course, leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. Is their legacy a warning, or is it an invitation? Are these incredible wonders just souvenirs from a long-lost past? Or are they something more? A challenge, left behind by our cosmic teachers, daring us to solve the puzzles they left behind. And maybe, just maybe, one day join them out there among the stars. The answer? Well, that's still waiting to be discovered.